It's gonna be fun. I love, you know what I'm saying, I love being able to like kind of, you know, riff in an academic setting about what hip hop is and what it could be and what it means and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I get to incorporate all my different languages, you know, say, you know, talk about b-boys, you know, in the context of, you know, challenging hegemony, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's the stuff I like to do.
This is hip hop. It is alive and well. It is not dead. It is thriving in your neighborhood lunchroom, in the hands of culture bandit black books, syllables jumbled in our mouths making people wonder if we talk English. This is hip hop. It is alive and well. It lives elsewhere than your radio, MTV, BET station. It has saved a generation of kids who write and bomb and break and make beats and read books on their own time outside of institutional gazes, cause they heard De La or Rakim or Big Daddy Kane or Pac or saw Star Wars or some gymnasium b-boy practice block party and wanted to do that. Tell stories like that, truth like that, rep who you are, what you feel, where you come from like that. Hip-hop is our place to exist.
For the last 7 years, I've been teaching creative writing workshops in Chicago Public and alternative high schools.
We share poems and rhymes and stories with people. And so we're going to do a little bit of that now so you all can get to know us better. And then we'll, take time to talk a little bit and have questions and answers. But then what we're really interested in as well is for you to get to share your stories.
One of the things I'm trying to do is tell the stories that, around me when I grew up in the suburbs, kind of the emptiness of the American dream, almost like formulate some sort of critical white poetic and represent, do what hip hop taught us to do, which is just tell our stories and where we come from. Hip hop asks one eternal question. What do you represent? I am not Seinfeld nor Elie Wiesel. I'm not Woody Allen nor Alan Dershowitz. I'm a Jewish kid who likes hip-hop.
Chuck D said John Lennon was killed today, and I miss Pac and Big more than ever. I am Holden Caulfield watching hope break in the stalls of public bathrooms. I am Pete Rock and CL Smooth reminiscing over the fallen body of B-Boy Trouble T-Roy and dying hip-hop first sights falling wayside to the pounding beats of green-fisted real estate agents and the hard crack rock drug wars America wages on her children, creating culture with turntables. We have been here before, and I want Scott LaRock back to break up all this violence. I want Big L to throw a peace sign up in the air, and Dream, and Ramon, and all the other graffiti artists killed in the line of their calling to come back and bomb the World Trade Center with the biggest streaked wild styles the sky has ever seen. A mural for the forgotten spray painted on the clouds, a gold chain cast across the sun. It was Jam Master Jay who introduced me to the culture, who soothed me over the bridge of whiteness and rock. It was his cool lean, arms wrapped around chest, head back in black fedora, no laces in his Adidas. He stole electricity to light the block parties. Reparations for all the stars exploded. Before he could play the last song they requested, he'd send shine beams on vinyl into the distant homes of the sun-starved and let us bask in his light, scratching scarce sounds found digging in the landfills of America's sonic consciousness. He let us bask in his light. He let us bask in his light. He let us bask in his light so we may find our way home.
When I was young and didn't have a place to necessarily go, it was KRS-One, it was Chuck D, it was the Native Tongues who kind of gave me the sense that I have a story too, represent. And what that meant for me, eventually, was finding out what does it mean to be white, what does it mean to be Jewish in this moment in time, what does it mean to be male in this moment in time.
Telling your story and telling people what you feel and what you think and what you know can be really powerful. And so I found that, by writing and by telling my story, at least I had, my journal to listen. At least I had those pages. Like you were saying earlier about, the paper can be a metaphor, and it can be, it's waiting to be told a story, and sometimes if we don't have other people to tell, we can at least tell the paper, and maybe then we could share what we've written on the paper with friends or family or teachers. And it's a powerful way to share who you are and to learn who you are as well.
So anytime someone says, oh, well, you know, my story is different than what you might see on NYPD Blue, or my story is different than what you see on Jerry Springer, or my story is different than Seinfeld, or any of the movies you may see. You know what I'm saying? It's like that itself is a form of activism. Storytelling, speaking, you know, any little you know, bomb scratch on the back of a bus seat is a form of activism, because it's kind of, you know, challenging people to think outside of the narrow mindscape in a public space. You know, so
I see.
I know what it's like to be in school, and I like it, and I deal with a lot of those same kids now, and I think about them a lot, because I spend a lot of time with them doing workshops and trying to get them to write and tell their story. And so I wrote this piece for them. It's called "For Every Kid Who Sits in Class's Pistol Whip." Unload your gift by holding it. Like Thelonious, he chose to riff. Behold his mitts in the lonely mist, banging keys, so's open fist. 10 fingers broken, molds unfit. For Douglas grabbed the pen to kick, orations meant to heal the sick. If you're born to spit, rewrite these myths. Kiss creation's supple lips. Diss MCs who hold in mics for blessings sanctimonious. I only kick rhymes to get erroneous lies from the battered mind. Who's owning it? Flip the script on Richmond's phony shit. I'm flowing with wind in God's aerosol. Breaking into suburban American walls, I'm bearing all because I care for all. Rough, rugged, I wear with all. Tearing y'all, construction's bound to fall just like the Berlin Wall. With frozen fear, we chosen here. Lift the masks of foes and peers, to peer inside the mold and tears. I see us all as lonesome here. We down for other but disappear. Into doubt of muck and mere. Our true self is the atmosphere, but like the olive, I'm grounded here. My left hand digs the earth, my right hand points to heaven. Through my body, I embody the coming kingdom with bread unleavened, working 6 days a week, but resting on the 7. My government name is Kevin, but they call me Meligionin. Jewish kid with backpack and the bless the microphone in. Traverse diaspora with breath control, controlling I be upholding my elders upon these narrow shoulders. I rock like boulders with more range than Colorado. When I spit, tomorrow become relevant like God's sorrow. I learn and I borrow and I follow my own compass. No matter how many moments I spend, it points directly to my conscience. I'm leaning on the earth to hear the curse of birth's promise. Death falls like night, but we coming back like sun is. We coming back like sun is. We coming back like sun is. Not sinners, like Sunnis, like Shiites, and British baked with biscuits, like Buddhists, like Hindus, and Grecians throwing discus. Formulaic manifestations of the spirit. I hear it in your hope that beats inside my chest. My eyes are unblinded when your smile reaches crest. I float just like sculpted the 40 layers of my dress. Cause see, I'm not impressed with diamonds and checks, your dime sacks and sex, your Jeep or your Lex. Cause after bullets eject, I'm wondering what comes next. Stay alive, not Memorex. Don't settle for less than those that struggle with pestilence have left. A legacy to bless the lights the reticent have sent. The medicine come next in dialectics when we flex. We be collage in ancient texts like Grandmaster Flash when he connects. Electronics and the projects to get the global vision vexed. Inside yourself, please step. Disconnect the TV set. Burn your stolen specs, part your lips to say yes. Yes to your own culture, your own body in the mirror. Yes to ancestors that are fading like old pictures. History's been misplaced but can be found in earthly rivers. Yes to the silence of America's smoking triggers. They pointed out the domes of children, telling truth like scripture. Revolt against the hold of men and with your words deliver. Tell scream, spit flows until these walls will shiver. Tell scream, spit flows and tell your truth like scripture, please. Paint a different picture, please. Paint a different picture, please. Paint us a different world and put yourselves in the picture.